Thank you to all those who have joined for this session. Um, this is really about fairly wide topic, a very important topic, and a very important aspect of Middlesex University. And we're going to be talking really today about culture and values. And that's something that's really intrinsic and very uh, key to your experience of Middlesex University. My name is Alan Stewart. I'm the Director for Careers and Employability at Middlesex. I'm going to just take you through very briefly a very quick overview of the service before I dive into why the culture of Middlesex and culture and social and capital kind of culture is, or social and cultural capital, I guess, is really important, and why it's important for you and your prospects in in achieving a graduate role. So Middlesex is proudly and profoundly wide in its participation and access. We are really proud to have actually more than 63% of our students come from BAME cohorts. Nearly 90% of our undergraduate students from UK and EU fall into at least one widening participation category. What that means is that we actively look to accept students in who don't necessarily come from privileged backgrounds, and to offer as many people as possible the opportunity to study and improve their prospects in the job market by coming to a university like Middlesex. Over 1/3 of our students are first in family, first generation students, and we are one of the top most international universities, and students from over 145 countries. And only a couple of years ago, we were fortunate, or actually very honored, to receive the UK Investors in Equality and Diversity Gold Standard Award, the first university to be awarded that. And that recognized both the culture of Middlesex University from our staff and how we work together, but also how we embrace, support students, and how we are as a culture, I guess, at Middlesex University. And these, I guess, aspects of Middlesex are important, and they are increasingly recognized as having a real value by employers. MDX Works is the careers and employability service at Middlesex, and we are not, absolutely not, just there to kind of review CVs and then, you know, say cheerio. Our aim is to work with students on a one-to-one, tailored, very personalized kind of support provision, so that we build a relationship with you, so that we can really help you to confidently reflect and identify and articulate, basically tell your story to potential employers. And I'll come back to the tell your story aspect later. And we do that through a range of different mechanisms, from tailored one-to-one support for you that you can book through various different pathways, our mdxworks.com portal and UniHub, through to, you know, to meeting with your employability advisor, and Gemma will touch a little bit on that later. So the advice and support is very tailored, but also we offer a range of different activities and programs for you to engage in, that will hopefully build your confidence, build your resilience, build your ability to feel ready to jump into the jobs market when you graduate. So there's a whole range of ways that you can engage with us through MDX Works, as I say, through your advisor, through engaging in the the various co-curricular or extracurricular activities that we offer. We also run Unitemps, which is our fantastic um, uh, on-campus recruitment agency that caters for all of the student roles on campus, and hopefully soon those beyond campus in the local community. And Claire will talk to you about that in a few minutes. We are there to help you find, secure, and enjoy and reflect and really, get the most from placements, work experience, volunteering, all of those activities that will count towards you standing out from the crowd with an employer. There's a whole range of these co-curricular activities that we run, which you will be hearing about in the coming weeks and months as the term starts. Our MD Accelerator is our student startup program, where we offer workshops and seminars and tailored support, mentoring for those students who are interested in setting up their own business, and where you can eventually go through to win some fairly significant seed funding for your business. The MDX Advantage program is there for third-year students, who it's like an intensive boot camp for third-year students, really to kind of hone those skills and really get them absolutely ready for when they graduate and into those graduation jobs. MDX Equals is going to be a big thing this year. That's all of the programs and all the activities that fall under our support for students from various different cohorts, including disability and BAME, BME, and we will be engaging a range of external partners to support those activities. And it's really about making sure that everyone feels part of the community at Middlesex through MDX Equals. Last year, we were winners of the ISE, the Institute of Student Employers Awards, for our work in social mobility. And last year, we were finalists in the UK Social Mobility Awards. And this year, we are finalists in the UK Social Mobility Awards. And all that is in recognition of the importance that we put on culture and values, diversity and social mobility. So one of the things that you will hear us talk a lot about with you is encouraging you to be able to tell your story and shape your career. What we hear from employers increasingly is, yeah, the CV is great. Actually, we're hearing that less. I'll come back to that. But the CV is great. The degree is great. Your degree is awesome. It's a beautiful thing, the degree. But actually, what they're looking for is, who are you? What are you? What can you bring? What is your personality? What are the individual traits that you have that will make you really stand out and make you absolutely the person that they want to choose to join their company? And that's all about telling your story. And that's about reflecting, identifying who you are. So that is your social, your cultural values, where you come from. What are your values about who you are? What are you learning? What's challenging you? What are your passions? What are your interests? What are your aspirations? All of those things make up who you are. And this does relate to the culture and values of Middlesex. We talk about Middlesex as in Team Middlesex, and that's something that's really special about Middlesex. That's not just us saying that. That's people who come from outside, employers, really top people in the sector, leading employers who come to Middlesex and say, we don't see this in other universities. What we see at Middlesex is something quite unique. It is a real sense of belonging, a real sense of, we are in this together. We are proud to be here at Middlesex. That's both staff and students. And it's by recognizing that, and by recognizing the confidence that you can get from that, that feeling, yeah, I am in the right place to learn. I'm in the right place to develop myself, both personally and professionally. And I'm going to make the most of my time here. If you had that approach, we can really support you to get to that point where you were sitting in front of an employer Here is my degree transcript. Here is a list of all of the other activities that I've done. I've stepped out of my comfort zone. I've done this, this, this. But actually, I'm going to put those down on the table. I'm actually just going to tell you why you should hire me. That's how confident we want you to be. And that's what Middlesex is all about. It's about reflecting. What are you learning? What are the challenges? That's what we want to hear. Who are you? You know, what's your culture, your background, your values, your lived experiences, the things you've done before you come to university, the things you're doing while you're here. For instance, volunteering. Those kind of things are like gold dust to employers, because what it tells them is that you have not just kind of settled for the easy, I'll just go through my degree. I'm not saying degrees are easy, but I'm not just settling just to kind of do the study. I'm taking this time in my life to step out of my comfort zone, challenge myself. I might take that volunteering role with the Students' Union. I might take that work experience with Unitemps. Or I might become an SLA, whatever it is. All of those things are kind of show that you are really committed to improving yourself. And that really is the culture at Middlesex and the values that we believe in and that we want you to kind of embrace as a student at Middlesex. Because that is what you will then articulate through your CV, through LinkedIn, more importantly, probably through networking, telling your story at interviews or pitching, your business idea or just pitching yourself, your personal brand. So it really is about embracing the culture and the values that we have at Middlesex, which is basically we are here to support and we really value who you are as a person, as an individual. That's what we want to work with. And that's how we want to support you stepping into the graduate jobs market. The smart hirer in the future will not just be hiring from the same old institutions and the same old schools and the same old backgrounds. They will be hiring from different backgrounds. They want people from different beliefs, different values, different colors, because that increasingly is recognized in what makes a company and a business thrive. That's what gives them innovation. That's what gives them cognitive diversity. It's what makes them stand out. We find that from employers more and more, and those are the employers we're working. These two sayings you see on the screen in front of you, potential over polish, capability over capital. None of us are the finished article. None of us should be achieving perfection. But if we have a culture and a value that says, I am pretty special and I am going to make my mark, I have as much a right any place in the world, in any job in the world as anyone else, then that's a great starting point. And that's what we want to do, is develop the confidence that you can feel you absolutely deserve a place at the table in any organization, whether it's the Law Society, whether it's Apple, whether it's Microsoft, whether it's AMG, or whether it's Warner Brothers, that because of who you are, because of the support and the community that you have around you to support you, absolutely you are the person for that role. That's our aim. That's our challenge with you. Don't just kind of talk about it. We actively do it at Middlesex. We are signed up to the Social Mobility Pledge, which is over 500 organizations, all committed to pushing the social mobility agenda. Social mobility effectively means ensuring that anyone, regardless of background, circumstance, can move up and aspire to be wherever they want to be. That's what social mobility effectively is. And Middlesex is absolutely committed to ensuring that each and every student who comes through the door recognizes that they have as much a right at the table in any place as anyone else, and that all they have to do is tap into that support, and we will work with you to get you there. And we are working specifically with those organizations that also work in that way. Those employers who have signed up and believe in diversity and social mobility, that is who we work with. Those are our partners. We work with people like PwC, for instance, on Social Mobility Alliance, which is a sort of a consolidation of all of the social mobility and diversity and support um, mechanisms around the UK, so that we are absolutely in the center of that conversation and working with those kind of organizations. It does matter. Um, and employers are moving towards recognizing that. More and more employers are removing names, they're removing institutions from their recruitment processes, non-bias recruitment, moving much more towards finding out who you are, not just because it says you came from a certain university or you came from a certain uh, town or city or a certain educational background. They're removing those barriers to ensure that what they get coming through their doors into their organizations is a wider kind of uh, uh, workforce, a more diverse workforce, because that is what brings them real benefit. Some of the organizations we work with, many of these, in fact, most of these are absolutely committed to the social mobility agenda. As I mentioned, PwC, Deloitte, Apple, Ministry of Justice, and the Cabinet Office and Civil Service, who we do a lot of work with on this, all absolutely committed to ensuring that their workforce truly represents the wider kind of society. So for Middlesex, that is really, really special. And so it's a very exciting time to be at Middlesex because of this changing, this momentum, genuine momentum by employers to recognize that actually we only used to go to those 3 or 4 institutions, those top institutions. But actually, where we really want to be is looking at institutions like Middlesex. Because regardless of background circumstance, we believe those students coming through there actually do have the passion and the aspirations and the belief and the support to be a real asset to my business. That's what they say to us. And so being a student at Middlesex and embracing this culture of Team MDX and just getting involved, make the most of the time here, getting involved with us, letting us support you and helping you to tell your story. That's exactly what they are looking for. I mentioned about the CV. I hate CVs. I hate my own CV, and I just don't like them. And that's because they don't tell the full story. It's no more a real picture of you, blank piece of paper. And that's not just me saying that. That's employers, that's organizations, that's colleagues. So our challenge, and it's a very exciting challenge, is about getting other ways of you telling your story. We're looking at things, and we will be looking at things that we're actually launching this coming year, some fairly unique and innovative ways of doing that, including digital badging, which will be rewards for you engaging in co-curricular, extracurricular activities like being in uni temps, like taking some work experience, like doing a team project, or working with Students' Union, or doing a volunteering project. We'll be looking at ways of digitally rewarding you so that you can actually show those to those potential employers and say, look what else I did. Now you should hire me. So you are more than your CV. I'm going to stop, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen and hand over to Claire. The final thing I want to say is please get involved. We're not there just to sit and wait around. We want you to engage with us. We're really enthusiastic about supporting you. Use the service, because at some point you are going to have to tell your story to an employer. We want to help you put that story together. Claire, over to you.
Hello, everyone. I'm the Unitemps branch manager, so I run the Unitemps branch for Middlesex. So all the jobs on campus, whether you've been lucky enough to be on campus already and been able to see some of our students in red t-shirts, spoken to any of our students on the phone maybe, so they are all our student ambassadors. Sorry. So what does it mean to be a student ambassador? So through the Student Ambassador Scheme, we help foster a sense of community. So all those communities that we have together, we're bringing all those together. So from whatever background you're from, wherever you are, we try to bring all those people together. So it's a fantastic way of bringing everyone together and to have that sense of family and sense of community. That's really what we're trying to get for you. And we're helping and supporting each other, so we really do feel like we're here for you. So it's not just giving you work, it's giving you that support, that experience Alan was talking about earlier. So it's really fostering that for you, for the university, and to make sure that that is that we are a family and that everyone sees us as that. So I asked some of our current ambassadors what they thought about being an ambassador, how they felt this has helped them, and it didn't actually take long for any of our ambassadors to come back and provide this fantastic feedback for us. So it's about helping you make some money, helping you network with people within the university, make you feel worthy. You're part of Middlesex, you're successful, it gives you the soft skills that you're looking for. If you've never worked before, that doesn't matter, we will take you on and we will help you. We've seen so many students who come in as first years who are quite quiet and shy, have never had any work experience before, and we've seen them leave as graduates. They've done fantastic work throughout their time at Middlesex. They've gained some amazing experience, and we've seen some people going on to some fantastic work. So we've had one of our ambassadors recently join in the Houses of Parliament as an IT analyst, and he got that job solely from the work that we'd got him by Unitemps. And he came back and he said to us, you know, I've done this because of you, the work that you've put into me and looked after me. Again, it's the issue of being proud. All our ambassadors feel very proud that they're part of Unitemps, proud that they're part of MDX Works, and proud that they're part of Middlesex. So, and it's not just when you're a student, it's going forward when you go out into the wide world. And we have a lot of our graduates come back wanting to give something back. So we really do foster a fantastic sense of community that follows you throughout your career. So if you're really interested in becoming an ambassador, the ambassador scheme will be opening from the end of September, beginning of October. I encourage everyone to sign up to unitemps.com, apply for the Student Ambassador Scheme, so that will be the job title. And yeah, we really look forward to seeing your applications. As I said, you don't need any prior experience. We really just want to see and get as many people from as many different backgrounds as possible to join our Unitemps family. Thank you very much. And now I'm going to hand you over to Gemma.
Thank you, Claire. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Bear with me one moment. I'm just going to pop up my PowerPoint, and I'm going to introduce who I am and what I do at MDX Works. So as Alan has said, he briefly mentioned something called faculty employability advisors, which is what I am, and there are a wide range of us. So for all of those who are on certain courses and think, oh, my course is a bit too niche, there isn't anyone who specializes who can help, that's what your FEAs are for. So once this is up and running, I will get started. So throughout MDX Works, we have faculty employability advisors for all of our schools and all of the individual faculties. So I myself am the advisor for the School of Law. So if anyone here is planning on studying law, politics, criminology and sociology, I will be your point of contact within MDX Works. And we have all of these advisors for all of the courses available. So if you're doing marketing, if you're doing tourism, if you're doing arts and design, if you're doing sports science, you all have your own individual advisor. We have prior knowledge to the industry that you are looking to get into, and we're the ones who really can help you tailor your CV for specific roles. So for example, I have a background in law. I actually studied law at Middlesex myself. I did an undergraduate. I then went on to law school, and I've recently completed a master's in law at Middlesex. So within that, I can help law students tailor their CVs for specific law positions, so paralegal work, legal secretaries, and it just gives it that finer touch, especially so you know when you are coming to us, we are helping you and only you tailor your specific application. Some of the advice can be generic, but again, we can also help you tailor. So as it says, our aim is to help students find employment, and this can include CV reviews, interview practice, and assistance with online tests. Another example, for instance, is within law. A lot of firms ask students to complete a Watson-Glaser test, which I myself am currently learning how to pass them. So I'm definitely in a great position to help you study for those. And in addition to this, we also help students find opportunities that provide support for their application. So ultimately, the aim of this talk, or my aspect of the talk, is that at Middlesex, we do value culture and diversity, and we really want students to take pride in their own culture and the culture that they receive at Middlesex. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple examples of certain programs that specifically target students who come from a diverse background. These kind of programs are things that you should be applying for and should be looking into. And as your faculty employability advisors, we are here to help you apply for these roles and to get every opportunity you can whilst you are at Middlesex and whilst you are a part of Team MDX. So the first one I'm going to talk about is an opportunity that's arisen with Clifford Chance. So like us, Clifford Chance are very keen on their diversity and really do a lot with events to show that they support diversity and inclusion, and they're committed to ensuring that anyone who wants to enter the world of law has an equal chance to do so. And this is regardless of the background. The reason why this is so important is because traditionally law has been reserved for white middle-class students and male middle-class students, and we want to avoid that where possible, and we really want more students to get into the legal sector. So they have a scheme called Spark. Spark is a 5-day scheme. It's also paid for first-year students who want to gain an upper hand in their legal career. The scheme itself includes presentations and case studies to develop legal skills and commercial awareness. If anyone is interested in law, legal skills and commercial awareness is what sets you apart from all other applicants. And once you've completed this 5-day scheme, there is an opportunity to apply for a training contract at Clifford Chance. So there are 2 weeks of the scheme, and they run in June and July of 2021. At the moment, all of these schemes have been virtual, but we're not too sure where that's going next year. So when you are applying for these schemes, please do keep in mind that they may be virtual for the time being. The applications for this are currently open and they close on the 10th of December 2020. Assessments will then be held on the week commencing the 18th and the 25th of January 2021. And the selection process will include an interview and a written case study element. So if any student is interested in applying for this, you're more than welcome to reach out to MDX Works and to me specifically, and I can help you prepare for the interview by giving you mock interviews, and the assessment centre give you a brief overview of what you will be expected to do. And this is just one of the examples. We have another one for anyone who is in the creative arts and media industry. So it's called Creative Mentor Network. So it aims at helping those from lower socioeconomic backgrounds get into the creative industry. And they offer mentoring programs and a talent finding service to help young people get a better understanding of the industry and to make informed decisions about their future. All the mentees will benefit from access to a wider professional network and are needed to build the soft skills for the industry. So members are between 16 to 27 years old. So if any students here are mature students and do fall within this age bracket, not to worry, it still applies to you. Must have attended a state school. Now, the reason I've got 2 asterisks next to this is because in addition to this, the individual must have been in receipt of free school meals, and there is another condition which I'm not too sure of, so it's either one or the other. It is an online application, and then the successful candidate is invited to an assessment centre. The assessment centre is designed to allow Creative Mentor Network to get to know the candidates themselves. So it's not about testing your actual knowledge, it's about seeing who you are as an individual and if you will fit in within the industry and you will benefit from this network. So this was something that was shared to me by one of our advisors within the industry who works with creative industry and media. So these are things that our advisors are looking into and we are bringing to students' attentions. Finally, we have something which is called Upreach. They have a vision in society which ultimately is everyone has an equal opportunity and realize their full career potential regardless of their social background. It's to help young people achieve their career potential by providing an intensive program of support that addresses the barriers of employment. And they've got a few statistics here which I found really interesting. So today, 1,859 undergraduates from 72 universities are being supported by 24 Upreach program coordinators and 503 mentors from their 34 partner employers. So it's a great program for people. I think it specifically works for people in the civil service area, but it's not limited to that. So applying is simply an online form. So if you're interested in anything from the civil service to working with government, have a look at here. So that's it from me, from my end. But like I just really want to say that these kind of programs are there available for you. And as your advisors, we are here to help you apply for them and for you to embrace your culture and understand that sometimes being a part of a diverse background isn't necessarily a bad thing. And at Middlesex, we celebrate that. We really want you to embrace that and don't shy away from it. So that's it from my end. I have been posting in the chat box if anyone has got any questions to ask us. So we're more than welcome to take any questions. We've still got some time left on the meeting. Alan, Claire, is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah. I mean, Claire, Gemma, thank you for that. And you know, the Unitemps provision that we run at Middlesex is absolutely amazing, and we have won awards for that, and we have helped students earn while they learn. You know, you earn the London wage per hour when you work at Unitemps on those roles. Apart from the financial support that gives you, it's the skills that you gain in those roles that are really important. And as Gemma says, our advisors, we have advisors for each of the different schools within each of the different faculties. So, you know, it's incumbent on you as students to reach out to those advisors and make yourselves known, because they are there to help you. They are there because that's what they want to do, is they want to work with you as individuals to support you in anything that you're doing, above and beyond your study, but to help you gain those skills, but also recognize the skills that you already have, and to be able to articulate those. We know that you, as students, are very time poor. We know that everyone has other commitments. So don't feel that there is nothing that you can do. It can be the smallest piece of time. It might be doing a LinkedIn learning module that takes a couple of hours, that gives you something above the other 30 or 40 candidates when you go for that job at the end. It's sometimes the little things that add up. So don't feel overwhelmed that, oh my God, I'm going to come here, I've got to do my degree, and I have to do all of these things. No, you do what you can do. But what we can do is help you make the most of those things, the most of those activities, and help you ensure that when you talk about them or demonstrate those or evidence those to employers, that you are absolutely confident about your place in society. So to sum up about culture and values, it is absolutely at the core of Middlesex. It's at the core of everything that the support services do for each and every student, regardless of background, circumstance, color, gender, faith. Everyone is an individual as far as we're concerned. And it's our role is to help you make the most of who you are in whatever you want to do going forward. And the only way we can do that is actually by you making yourself known to us and coming to us and say, right, what can we do together? We're in this for the long haul. It's not a one-off, here's my CV, great, good luck, we'll see you in a few years. It doesn't work like that. Other services and other universities maybe do that. That's not how Middlesex works. And that's not what our team is about. Our team is genuinely about getting to know you as an individual from day one, so that all the way through your program, we are hand in hand with you, so that we are ensuring that you are leaving Middlesex, having felt that you've had a fantastic experience. It's most important. But that you also feel really confident about your place in the world and what your opportunities are. That's what we're here for. And that is really the culture and the values of Middlesex. And that really does come down from the top, from the VC, from executive, all the way through heads of programs, faculty leaders, and certainly into the services like MDX Works. We're absolutely committed, genuinely committed to making sure that we provide you the very best experience and prepare you for the journey afterwards. And the journey doesn't stop there. The relationship doesn't stop there. We offer support for life at Middlesex. So once you leave Middlesex, you are part of our alumni. You don't get away that easy. We've got you. And the support there is for you as long as you need it. And we will be making more of that. We will be making that much more profound and much more visible, because as an alumni are very important to us as well. And we work very closely with alumni who come back in and support and mentor our current students. So think of Middlesex as not just a place you come to, not just a building, not just the course you're on, but think of it as an experience where you can really embrace a sense of community, a sense of value, but more importantly, where you can absolutely feel confident that who you are is who you are, nothing more, nothing less, and you are absolutely valued for that. And you are increasingly valued by employers for that as well. So it's a very exciting time. love to have any questions, if any of you have any questions that we can answer around this. Don't ask me any mathematical questions. I'm useless at maths.
Yeah, so if anyone's got any questions, pop them in the chat box, or if you're happy to unmute yourself and ask us, that's absolutely fine. But as I said in the chat, please be aware the session is recording, so if you don't want to be on the recording, just pop it into the chat box. So I've got one, I think, Claire, does the uni temps, so I recently received a message that we have some Mauritius students here with us, and I've been asked, does the uni temps apply for, does it ultimately cross campus? Can Mauritius students apply?
Unfortunately not at this moment in time, but the Unitemps franchise is always expanding, so we will definitely be thinking about that when we are expanding next, and then obviously if once that's possible, then we would love to have applications from students from other campuses.
Can postgraduate student apply?
Is that for the Unitemps?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody can apply from any year, undergrads, postgrads, international students, so everyone is welcome to apply.
I just had a question from students about the Clifford Chance Opportunity. As far as I'm aware, yes, it is only for first year law students. There are probably some other courses that other firms do to encourage students who aren't doing a law degree to get into law, but I have to do some more research on that area. Students.
I'll just add on to that. Yeah, I mean, obviously we've highlighted on that particular example there from Gemma and law, but be assured that in whatever program you are studying, if you hook up with your faculty employability advisor, they will be able to highlight those programs that are relative to your particular degree subject. And those kind of programs, similar to what Gemma highlighted, are happening across all different areas. For example, we've hooked up with an external organization called Transform Society that works predominantly in the public sector, but works with the police, health and education, the cabinet office and civil service, teaching, and those kind of roles are actually very open to students from all different kinds of programs. They are not just, solely kind of one particular program pathway. And that program that we are, a range of activities we're running with Transform Society, I would encourage you to get involved in as well, both for skills development, but also opening up opportunities within the public sector and those organizations that sit within the public sector. As I say, those roles are opportunities are much wider in their kind of degree pathways as well.
Thank you, Alan. Someone's briefly asked, they joined late, what is Unitemp? So Claire, can you give Unitemps in a very short way?
So I've just put something in the chat box anyway. So it's the service that allows you to work on campus. So all part-time jobs on campus come through Unitemps, and it can be mainly for the student ambassador scheme, but it can be any jobs that are available on campus. If you'd like to email us at the email address I've put there, then we can give you some more information.
Thank you, Claire. Just received from a student, for the student ambassadors, can postgraduate students from Mauritius apply? So are you a student from Mauritius who's studying in Hendon campus, or are you on the Mauritius campus? Because that would depend on the answer to that question. But I think, Claire, if they are on the Hendon campus, can they apply?
Yep, so any student who is based at Hendon, whether they're international, EU or UK, can apply. Unfortunately, the Unitemps franchise doesn't extend to Mauritius at the moment.
Thank you. I've got a question about this, the Clifford Chance opportunity. Can Mauritian students apply? I'm unsure on what their criteria is for the actual students itself, so I will have to have a look at that. If you go onto Clifford Chance's website, all of their information is under there. It comes under careers and then their opportunities for students, but I am unsure on that, I'm afraid. Can a PG DIP student become a student ambassador?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no problem at all.
Brilliant. So if anyone needs the email address that Claire has stated, it's in the chat. Do we have any more questions? I think that might be it. So Alan, do you want to round up?
Well, first of all, thank you to Claire and Gemma for co-hosting co-presenting the session. Also, thank you for those students who have attended the session. It's a short session, and to try and cover the culture and value of Middlesex and what that means to us and how that translates to you as a student is pretty difficult to do in 1 hour or 45 minutes. And I would suggest that it's not something that's absolutely possible. You will only embrace the culture and get to know the culture and recognize and be part of the culture of Middlesex if you actually just engage with us. And that's where it really kicks in, and that's when it really has value. So my final phrase, and I promise, because I do have a tendency to go on, my final phrase really is just please get involved. We can't wait to meet you as students and support you in achieving your aspiration, regardless of what that is. We're not expecting everyone to be, the founder of Google or the senior partner in KPMG. Whatever your aspiration is, starting your own business, taking part-time work, going on to postgraduate study, whatever it is, that's what we want to help with. And we want to get to know you. So please just get involved. And you can start by just getting onto the mdxworks.com portal as soon as you can, as soon as you have your login details, get onto our portal, which has a load of resources on there as well to support you. And hook up with the advisor for your particular program as soon as appropriate. And look out for our Gradstock Careers Festival, which will be happening on the 6th to the 9th of October. It will be virtual this year and online, so it should be great fun. But we have a range of really great industry speakers, industry panels, and resources and support for you in that week of October. And there will be a day specified for each different faculty, and then on the Friday will be a whole range of support for whatever your next steps are, and for us to work closely with you. So that was a long final word, but first, thank you for attending. Please get involved, and we can't wait to see you properly.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Enjoy,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Have a good day.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.